Why Not? A queer podcast.
Thank you to our sponsor, Pineapple Healthcare, an award-winning primary care clinic right here in Orlando.
Pineapple Healthcare offers mental health counseling, HIV, STI testing and treatment, and specializes in care for the LGBTQ plus community.
Open Monday through Saturday. Call today at 407-553-6336 and schedule your appointment.
Pineapple Healthcare. Better together.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Todd.
And I'm Jeremy Williams, and you're listening to Wine,
Why Not? A queer podcast.
episode 130. Guess what? I did it again without... I know you sent the script this time.
What?
Did it? No, I don't need a script. I'm off script, as they say.
How do you know what we're going to talk about if you don't look at your script? I was just about to say we're scripted. It's like we're back together again for real
Yes.
this time.
I will take that back. I did look at the script.
Uh-huh.
I was not reading the script,
Uh-huh.
but I did look at it. I did
I was
open your
looking into
email.
the camera, so I didn't read it this time either.
Oh, good for you.
Did we do okay, everybody? Thumbs up.
We did okay. We did okay. Do you like my new decor? I finally hung some shit on the walls.
You have totally you're moved in.
Yeah. Yep. I got my two. I won't say this is the greatest Batman and Superman movie ever, but those are definitely the most artistic posters, and I love their designs. I like the contrast. It's dark and light and all that. And then I've got the Wonder Woman.
What are you doing to her?
I stepped away from the microphone.
You need to ask for consent before you start doing that.
I own that. That's the Wonder Woman watermark that you gave me when we moved out of the old office because you were like, we are not hanging up any of Tom's decorations. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that is not true.
That isn't what you said.
I didn't say that out loud.
But we were doing different frames. But above it, I got that from a friend. That is an actual issue of the Saturday Evening Post from 1945. And then that is the USA Today with Marty McFly's son on the cover being arrested from the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's, even though my head's blocking it, that is my
movie,
background.
What was that movie that we watched where Jim Parsons was in it and he was obsessed with the Smurfs and he brought that guy over and he opened
you mean the one with the point and click camera as a photographer?
Yeah. What was that?
I forget the name of it, but it was where
Spoiler alert.
That was Sally Field was the mom.
The name of it was Spoiler Alert.
Oh, yes, it was.
I'm not telling you I'm going to give it away.
I thought you were about to say what the movie was about.
Oh my God. When did this turn into an Abbott and Costello skit? It's like there's this song that Rod Stewart sings, and it's called I don't want to talk about it. And Jen goes, "What's the name of that song?" And I said, "I don't want to talk about it." And she's like, "Rude, just tell me the name of the song." And I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it." Anyway, I brought that up because I feel like every time that we log in as podcast to do a podcast, the background is going to progress slowly into something like that Smurf house, but not Smurfs, but other things. Superman.
Probably
Legos,
not more than this, because when Chris came home, he goes, "I see we're hanging stupid things on the wall." I was like, "How about you shut up? This is my bedroom."
He goes, "Oh, I thought that was an Orlando thing."
He did, but he was wrong. I told him, until this is not my bedroom, I put what I want on the walls in here. He can put what he wants in there.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
So
well, here we are. Episode 130. Is this what you're about to jump into? Oh.
No. Well, before we do, I do want to, because I thought this was really cool. There's a liquor store, one street over, one street down. And I went by there to get a bottle of wine. And I thought it was really cool. I've gone and seen Superman 3 times so far. I'm obsessed with the movie. I love the movie. I'm obsessed with crypto in it. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I'm a dog person now, apparently. So they have this wine. It's called Rascal. And when you buy it, a portion of the proceeds for every bottle goes to rescue dogs.
Oh.
So isn't that cute?
Hey, look at that.
It's got a little dog on it. So I got that. The only thing I don't like is it's a twisty cap. And I feel like that's a poor person wine, but I am a poor person, so,
Yeah, I mean, also it doesn't necessarily mean that anymore. In fact, good wines come with twist tops sometimes, and so do wine in a box. I don't know this because I taste them. I'm just told.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I went to the store today to buy that because when I did my grocery order, I ordered boxed wine and it tasted like spoiled plum wine, I guess is the closest flavor that I could
Those
associate
words
it to.
don't belong together.
They don't. It was awful. So I had to go buy a new bottle today.
So your love of dogs, I want to point out though, it's like I mean that's an AI dog. It's not.
Oh, yes.
It's CGI. It's not real.
I don't like
Is
real
it ever
dogs.
real? Yeah.
No.
Is that the dog that your AI boyfriend has?
Yes. The entire crypto in the entire film is CGI, but it's motion captured. So they do with, all kind of CGI characters.
So
now
they put
it's
ping pongs on a dog and let it run around.
Yeah,
and
they
filmed it.
used James Gunn used his own rescue dog as the motion capture for crypto. Because he
got the
idea
always
to
say,
write.
Buy, don't adopt.
Do you?
No one says that.
That goes completely against my wine.
So you've got this moonlighting effect going on. Is there a smudge on your camera? Because you look all like glistening, like you remember that show, that TV show Moonlighting?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Maybe it's just the quality. Because it's over the interwebs. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like some of the interwebs. What do you think of the
Is that
quality
better?
of it? Actually is.
Oh, I probably had a smudge on my
Oh,
lens.
okay.
I had the Barbara Walters effect. I Vaseline all my lenses before we record.
Like I'm used to seeing things like that. Is that what she did? Because I'm this rat problem, right? It's never ending. Oh, hey, look, there we go. Does he know that the whole world just saw him walk by and
I don't think
underwear?
So.
Oh, okay.
No, he's in shorts and a shirt.
Oh,
he just had to use the bathroom. Our bathroom is on the other side of our long apartment, so he has to walk across when he has to use the bathroom.
Anyway, so we've been narrowing down. Like, there's one. I think we're down to one rat, right? But then we discovered like it was going outside. So then we started setting up like traps around things and we'd go outside and collect acorns, and then it would take the acorns up into the attic. And that's why we would hear like little balls rolling around, right? So we've discovered all of this through the use of a bunch of different cameras and blah, blah, blah. So I set this camera outside and then we think, I think it's coming through here. So we set the camera there, but then it rained and like raindrops would get on the camera. And so you'd have this really kind of weird warped view of it, which is like, I was like, I can't do this podcast that way because I've been for the last week I've been looking at nothing but these things. Anyway, we did find this tiny hole, like tiny, right? On the at the base of the French doors that go outside. It's just real tiny, like it would rotted away right at the anyway, I put the camera right there facing that, and then you see at like 2 a.m, you see like this little eyeballs come out. And it just squeezes through this tiny little hole. And so we're like, gotcha. Like, now I know where he is. So then we started setting things up. And I think it hit the I'm sorry, I used the glue trap, people. It's been 2 years. The thing needs to go. So it like got in the glue trap and it dragged it across the yard and got free. And then last night the snap trap went off, but there's nothing in it. So I reset it and everything. We're gonna get him. We're getting closer. Like I did this, so I gotta point this out. I was gonna talk about this later, but this is so obnoxious. You ever use like that great stuff? It's like foam insulation. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Yeah, for the audience, that's
if you didn't
not
hear
watching,
him,
Chris,
what's up?
He's like, oh, it's that time where he's gonna be loud. So I got that great stuff. Then I put it into that hole, like under the door, and sprayed it. Now, I guess I don't know how to use this thing right because it was coming out of the tube, but it was also just shooting out of the top of the can. Have you ever used this stuff?
No.
Well, let me give you a little bit of sage advice. Never, ever use it without wearing gloves. Never. So it's coming out of the top, and a little bit's getting on my hand, and I'm like, that's no big deal. But it's like gets all over the pavers, and I was like, oh, this is probably bad. And I was like, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. I just picked it all up, and I threw it into the trash, and I immediately go to the sink to wash my hands. And there is a very thin, like film like covering my hands, and I couldn't get rid of it. There's nothing I could do to get rid of it. So I started panicking. Like I was very upset about this, and I can't see things. I wasn't gonna grab anything. Oh, because I would go like this, and then I would go to separate my hands, and you would see the skin stick, and it would pop apart. So Jen read the thing, and it said if you get it on your skin, to soak it in soapy water. So I did that, and it seemed to work really well. Like for a while, it seemed to work really well. But then, like later on, I was like, "Oh, let me soak it in there again," and then I put it in the same water. And I think all I ended up doing was refilming my hands, and now I can't get rid of it.
You
still
still have it on your hands?
It's so obnoxious. I cannot touch anything. Like I'm very sensitive to the way things feel, and like my pants are like, anything that's like got any polyester in it. It just, even rubbing them together like this, it makes me crazy. Like it's just, it's there. It's there until my skin dies and it falls off. Anyway, all that because your camera was smudged.
So you still got the rat?
Oh, he's still there. Yeah, I mean he's trapped inside now. So like he's either gonna die up there today or tomorrow because like it's really hot outside and there's no way out, and he can't get into the house. And I think we may have eliminated his last way out, but we'll see. I got more cameras up outside, so we'll see if he goes back out there. I'm gonna get him. I feel like July 2025 is my month, not his.
I hope so. Because you're fastly becoming, you and Jen are becoming that movie Mousetrap. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I'm about to live it. I have thought about taking a sledgehammer to the ceiling, like wherever I hear it, and like just letting it come down and then just. It's been years, man. It's time for it to go. Anyway, I did promise Dylan when he moves to Orlando, we'd get rid of the rats. All right, so here we are. Here we are, episode 130. I feel like there's some good facts about 130.
I found some interesting things, or things that I thought that interesting. We'll see if you find them interesting.
I will say one thing I liked about the last two episodes, and what I assume will be this episode, is this podcast has really just become about you and I catching up for an hour, and then for 5 minutes we're like, oh, we watched a movie. Yeah, it sucked.
We watched a movie.
It sucked. Talk to you next week. But I feel like that's the way this is going to shape up. So, and I say that just because where's our timer? Oh, we're 12 minutes in and we haven't got to the number 130 yet. All right.
Okay, so 130. That is the number of minutes this podcast will be. 130 is the most common speed limit for high performance cars. So if you ever buy yourself a sports car, it'll probably most likely top out at 130. Speaking of speed limits, the Texas State Highway 130 has a speed limit of 85 miles per hour, which is one of the highest in the nation.
Where's that at?
You ever in Texas? Texas State Highway.
Did you just say the Texas State? Oh, now is this a street?
It's a highway.
It's a highway, you moron.
State Highway. It's Texas State Highway 130. Do you remember the movie Apollo 13?
Yes. I'm just laughing at myself. Sorry.
The real life Apollo 13, the oxygen tank explodes, and that's what messes them up and leaves them stranded in space. The oxygen tank exploded 130 hours into their mission.
That is a fascinating fact.
Yeah.
I don't know how you found that. Did you? Is that
Google?
Is that AI? Because that sounds like a lie.
No, that is Google.
Oh, okay. All my stuff's AI. AI. I can't wait to tell you about my thing. They're so stupid.
Do you listen to techno music? I'm sure you do when you go to the club.
Not at 130 beats per minute. No.
That's what the typical tempo for techno music is. 130 beats per minute.
Is that the
Yeah.
Yeah. You get 130 of those in a minute.
Are you a religious person? Because 130 years old is the age that Adam was when his son Seth was born, according to the Bible.
Wasn't he like ripped out of a toe or something? Was he really born? No.
I don't.
Like, oh, you need a son. Let's take your toe. Here.
I don't.
I thought that's how people were made back then.
I think just Eve was ripped from the rib. I think that's it. This isn't the FDA. In order for something to be considered low sodium, The FDA says a food product must contain 130 milligrams of sodium or less per serving. And then this one is for Caitlin, always for Caitlin. The 130th Pokemon is Gyarados.
Should have turned a camera on for you so that you could see her reaction because of the joy she gets from the Pokemon number.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing this wrong, but it's Gyarados.
Nope, that was perfectly fine.
Oh,
she's gonna get on and tell you what it is.
It's the evolved Gyarados. Oh. Yes. Oh, that's what I was going to say. He's the evolved version of Magikarp, who we talked about last week, who's the 129th Pokemon. I did find this interesting. Once a Gyarados appears, it goes on a rampage until everything around it has been demolished. So I've met a few Gyaradoses in my life.
So do you think people can hear you when you get on or no? As a producer, because like she gets on and she talks to us, but nobody can. Oh, okay, y'all can't hear her. That's too bad. She pronounced it correctly, and we didn't.
That's too bad. She has a lovely speaking voice. And those are all my facts.
Oh, all right. I have some. This one I actually found very fascinating. The sum of the first 13 prime numbers adds up to 130.
Oh, see, I didn't know that because I blew past all the math facts when 130 when the number comes up, I blow past all the math facts.
Math is hard. It's the only one that I did it to. So 130 kilometers per hour is the standard speed limit on European highways.
Oh,
especially in Germany, it says.
What
Here's
is that?
What I thought you might found interesting. And this is where I think the AI is just making shit up. Room 130 occasionally appears in short horror stories, fan fiction, indie games, and low-budget horror films as a stand-in for a cursed or haunted space. Kind of like the room from The Shining and stuff like that, but not. Those were different rooms, but they do that. So I said, tell me more about this. So it said that in internet creepypasta, Room 130 shows up as a setting for unexplained disappearances, surreal looping events where guests wake up repeatedly in Room 130 even after checking out, and subtle changes in furniture or time experienced differently within the room.
Oh,
Thought that was interesting. I feel like there should be a movie, an interweb movie called Room 130.
There is a Stephen King story. I think it's called Room 1400.
Yeah,
which is kind of
it's something else, but yes, it's along those lines. Because it mentioned his too. I just didn't write it down because I forgot what it was.
Because it's not
Stephen King. Have you seen that show? There's a new show out, like the something. Anyway,
I don't know what you're talking
about. I should have wrote it down. I guess
you should have wrote that down.
I thought for sure you would be like, yeah, I know what that is. All right, so here we go. 130th greatest director of all time. I think you're going to get this, but it could be confusing. I mean, I can give you some hints.
Sure, yeah, give me a hint.
Heaven's Gate, 1980. I'm saving the giveaway for last.
The guy who did Heaven's Gate, isn't he the one who did Empire Strikes Back?
I don't have that written down. He did Year of the Dragon in 1985.
He did a super famous movie in the 70s.
1978.
Because that movie was such a Deer Hunter. He did Deer Hunter. I don't remember his name. But I will tell you this, because it was a huge hit. It won a bunch of Oscars. The studio gave him a crap ton of money and said, make whatever movie you want to make. He made Heaven's Gate. It was a huge bomb that went over schedule and cost way too much money and bankrupted the studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think the studio was United Artists, but I might be wrong about that. But the studio, he ended up bankrupting the studio.
Wow. Michael Cimino.
Ah, yes, Michael.
Something very interesting about Michael Cimino is that there is also an actor with that very same name who is the star of Love, Victor. Do you know that show?
Very
Love,
nice.
Victor?
I do know that. Yes. I have seen it. Yes. Very good.
He turned out to be
it's
a handsome
spin-off
young
of
man.
Love, Simon.
So then I went into this whole well, what's that other Michael Cimino into these days? Did you know that he sings as well as acts? He's got an album coming out. I will never listen to it. Do you know
didn't
why?
know that.
Because it sounds a lot like Nick Jonas. And I'm not a fan of that like poppy falsetto voice thing.
Mm.
Anyway, so here we are. Now if you get this, I swear to you know what? Like one of these times you're gonna just look ahead and like prank me or something. And I'm like, if you get this and you're gonna be like, I know it, and bam, you're gonna shout it. I will be so impressed with you if you get this.
Okay.
So first of all, the year 1939.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you the story, and you tell me the movie, right? And then I'll give you the story and the director. It's a story about the adopted son of a legendary actor and an inspiring star himself turns to his infant brother's wet nurse for support and affection, only for her to give up everything for her beloved's glory. Directed by Kenji Mizoguchi. 1939.
I don't know that movie, but it sounds like a fantastic film that I want to watch. Anything with a wet nurse, I'm there for.
If you're going to say wet nurse, then it's obviously an older movie. It's 130th greatest film of all time, The Story of the Last Chrysanthemum, which is not to be confused with an Orlando drag queen.
I think it would be confused.
Isn't there a name?
Confused.
Isn't there a drag queen named Chrysanthemum?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
she performed at the Wave Awards when we all had to use flashlights because there was an outside thing and the venue didn't have stage lights. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. I do.
Good times. Well,
Good
there you
times.
go. All your 130 facts that you did not care to know. That's what we're here for.
Some of them, maybe.
Somebody
One or two, maybe somebody liked.
Whoever does trivias, make a trivia out of this. Just do a numbers trivia and just be like, which of these is not true about the number 130?
What's Wanzi up to? Doesn't he trivia? I noticed. I did read through the issue. I have comments. No, I'm just kidding.
Here, let me tell you what you can do with that. You can email editor@watermarkoutnews.com.
I sure will.
And I'm sure someone will
noticed,
get to it.
Wanzi not only updated his photo, but he changed the name of his column. He's going through a revamp.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there.
What's the name of it now?
It used to be called The Wonderful World of Wanzi, and it's called. Oh, you're gonna make me look it up now.
It's called. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna listen, and I don't want to get yelled at.
Let's see. When did the issue come out? On Thursday?
Yeah,
this past Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We don't have to. Did you read my?
Well,
column?
I haven't. I did. I thought it was really good.
That's all.
No Man's Land. It's called No Man's Land.
Oh.
And he has his new skinny picture.
Does he talk about why he changed the name?
I didn't read the column yet. I just saw it. I will say, because I was
that's what I was getting at. Yeah. Remember how Jeremy used to bitch all the time about people that would read the headlines and not the story?
Yeah. I haven't gotten around to reading this issue. However, I just want to say, on the Central Florida News, whoever wrote the 26 Health story, good job. And I don't know who wrote it because they didn't put a byline on that story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Caitlin.
At
least fix the online version.
What a covert way of saying somebody screwed up. You know, like I'm gonna say I like this story, but I don't know who wrote it. I can't give them the credit because they actually fucked it all up. I'm sure.
I just noticed that as I was flipping through. But it's a good issue. You guys did a great job.
Maybe Bellany wrote it and she just didn't want her name attached to it.
Oh, she's ashamed of that story. Never be ashamed, Bellany. Anyway,
sometimes
good issue.
Ashamed. Sometimes a little shame isn't bad.
Yeah, it's okay to be shameful.
So how was your week? Did you get the copy that I sent you? Is that how you got it? Or did you
No, I read it I skimmed through it online.
It probably hasn't made it there yet. You'll get a copy of it.
Yeah, we got the last one, and it was about a week and a half after. So I'm guessing here in the next day or so, or sometime this week, I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
So the week was good. Let's see, what did I do? Oh, you know what? Um, I'm sure you know everything that's happened with Stephen Colbert and how CBS
Yeah, I
canceled.
mean, tell me that. Okay. Here's all I know. Right, all I know is that CBS canceled the Colbert Show.
Yes.
I heard it was going off the air, and then my initial thought was Stephen Colbert said, "I'm done." But then you turn out, I hear CBS canceled it. Now, did
Yes.
CBS cancel it because they're trying to please Trump, or did they
That's what
cancel it?
people are saying. They're officially they're saying that it was canceled because it's not financially viable. That the landscape of late night talk is changing, and nobody watches it on the network anymore. They all just watch clips online, which is kind of true.
Yeah, it is a viable scenario, if not for the fact that he
Yeah.
trashes Trump every time,
Yeah.
and they're overly trying to appease him.
They're trying to
make
appease
this
him because
merger.
they're trying to get the merger happen.
Right.
The other issue with saying that is Stephen Colbert is the highest rated late night talk show right now. So you're sitting here and saying that all these other networks are keeping their late night folks on, but you're canceling yours because the number one show, meaning you can ask for more advertising dollars than any of the other networks. You're telling me that you can't make that viable? I think it's BS. But all of social media is all abuzz about what's going to happen tonight because Jon Stewart is on The Daily Show. He's on every Monday. And Comedy Central is owned by Viacom, just like CBS. So people are like, what is he going to say? Is he going to quit? Are they going to go off and do something maybe with Netflix or Apple TV or something like that? So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But it made me think of that because as I was walking by the Daily Show studio, which is right next door, I was going to the liquor store to get wine, and right around the corner is where they record.
I hope this is the same trip.
It is. It
or
is the same
just what
trip.
you do every day is you go a block away and a block down and buy wine.
Get my wine. No, it's the same trip. But the studio for Last Week Tonight with John Oliver is right around the corner. And it was kind of funny because the Daily Show, like all down our building, they've got like the Daily Show banners and they got a giant billboard out front on the corner of the building with Daily Show, and it's got all the players on it. You go down the street and it's attached to the CBS News building. It's this little side door with a tiny little awning that just says in small lettering, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. It looks like, have you ever gone to like a, I mean, they're a little better now, but back before, like in the mid 2000s, when you would go for an HIV test,
yes,
and you'd go to like the state health clinic, and it's always like down an alley, and it's like this little side door, and you know, like they're sneaking you in the back door. That's what it looks like. And I was like, oh, poor John Oliver. His fans have to be snuck in the back of CBS.
That sounds so British to me for some reason. Like, it's not because he doesn't. I mean, it's just because he's British and he's like, man, we don't need a spectacle.
Like, we're not flashy. Just put a little
the
awning where
big
people
billboards
can
are
see
for
us.
the Americans. You know, I just want to. Or maybe they talk so much shit about people they don't want anybody to know where they are.
True. Probably. So that's right around the corner. So we're going to try to get tickets to that when he's back. Because I don't know how long the Daily Show will be going. If CBS and Viacom are canceling all anti-Trump people, I imagine the Daily Show is next.
They'll stop carrying us.
They're going to stop carrying all your. They're going to find out that one of the co-hosts of Wine, Why Not loves all the CBS shows, and they're going to cancel everything he watches.
Oh, hey!
I know. What will you do?
Why would you put that in the universe?
I'm just saying, you might want to diversify your networks.
They've already taken some of my shows and like they've pushed them to mid-season.
I
want to tell you something though. I love CBS. I was going to get into this later, but I got to tell you something. I'm going to jump into this right now real quick. I didn't mention this last time because I don't want to upset or make any of our listeners fearful that we're going to go down this dark path again. But Big Brother started last week.
Oh, I'm not watching it.
And I want to tell you just a couple of things about it, right? First of all, I watched it while I was in Madison, Wisconsin with Ryan. And that's kind of an experience because it made us laugh a lot. Now, I got to set the stage here a little bit. So there's a person on there that has this hat with a flower on it, and she has long hair. Anyway, she kind of is like Blossom,
Ugh,
but she's
Blossom.
poor.
Poor Blossom.
So Ryan called her Possum. And that's her nickname, right? It's Possum. Then there's this other like homely looking one with long hair and glasses and sort of this overall effect and hunches over her shoulders like this. So I've nicknamed her Doonies. And so from Saturday Night Live, when all the beautiful
yeah.
like, and I'm Sarah,
Yeah.
and then you get and I'm Doonies. Hilarious, right? So I'm watching this and I'm thinking this might be a really good season because there's Mustache, right? There's a guy we call Mustache. There's Lips and Tits. There's because that's what you see when you see one.
So
of these
you base
people.
a good season off of how many nicknames you can make?
Yeah, just like that. I cared enough to give
Yeah.
them nicknames. Like
I
I'm
understand.
invested, right? Here we go. Big Brother is back. It's a really cool like mystery murder house theme, and it's really kind of cool things are going on, and you got it's just it seems like the stink of last season is gone, and this is fun. So it's all going along swimmingly until the very first veto meeting. And somebody decides to channel Angela from last season, and it's the gay guy in the show. Well, I think there's other gay guys, but there's one out one. And I was like, oh, at first he was kind of cool because he's like, yeah, I got fired when Trump took over, and because I'm a federal worker, and now I'm out of work, so here I am in the Big Brother house, and it was kind of funny, and he was kind of cool. But he was stirring some shit up. So the person he was stirring shit up about started stirring shit up about him. So he decided to be like, call this guy out and say, I'm gunning for you and blah, blah, blah. And he does it in the most fake dramatic way. This is the problem with reality TV hiring influencers to do this because he thinks he's an actor, and it's just like, oh, I'm going to be outrageous for the sake of being outrageous. It's just stupid. So he gets up there and he says, I'm not a snake and I'm not fake. And the only thing fake about me are these sunglasses. And he takes them off his face and he flings them across the living room. And Dunice like starts crying and like runs out of the room. And they're all like, Possum is like a possum. And I'm just like, it was so obnoxious. When those as soon as those sunglasses hit the floor and scooted across the floor, I looked at Jen and I said, nope, can't do it. Turned it off. I'm done. Big Brother is no longer. I mean, this is from season 11. We're in like season 27 or something now. Like for the last 15, 16 years, whatever. I can't math. I've been all about this show. And now I'm just like, I'm not having another Angela season. It's just not going to happen. So I texted Ryan. I said, that's it. I'm out.
How did Ryan take it?
He said, I don't think... This is what Ryan says. This is my invitation of him, right? I was like, oh, no, Ryan says, I don't think that Jimmy, that's his name, has the staying power of Angela. And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't. I no longer care about the show. So there we go. It's sad. It was a sad moment. I celebrated with a malt.
Liquor?
I get into that. How was the rest of your week? I'll get into some liquor talk in a minute.
So, three things. There's three things I want to talk. First, I went to a street festival, and I was like, I just keep coming upon these street festivals. I was like, what do they have, a street festival every fucking week? Yes, they do.
Yes.
So I went to
it's the charm of the Big Apple.
I went to the Midtown Street Fair, which is basically just all the local businesses on the Street of America or whatever they call that shit. And they all have
6th Avenue. Avenue of the Americas.
Avenue of the Americas, that's what they call it. So they all the local businesses just set up their little pop-up tents. They all just remind me of like a Pride festival. They set up all their little tents and they sell.
Where on 7th Avenue is this? Not in Midtown, right?
Yeah, it's from 43rd or 45th to 57th. It's like,
aren't a lot of those storefronts down there like gentlemen's clubs?
Oh, no, I didn't see any.
Setting up tables?
I didn't see.
Okay.
Maybe they shut all the gentlemen clubs down. I didn't see any gentlemen's clubs. But they just had a bunch of like vendors. They were selling all sorts of food and all sorts of stuff. And then right in the middle of it, they had something called Japan Fest. And it was all these food tents with all these different foods from Japan. So it was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
That's cool.
I will say 2 things about the food of Japan. They love putting meats on sticks. You can get any meat on a stick. They also like to take those meats and shove them into a dumpling because you could get any meat inside of a dumpling.
I'd
And it
watch
was
that
delicious.
movie.
I love dumplings. So it was fun. So I pulled up because the way I found out is we signed up for these text alerts after the massive floods happened in the subway. I saw a TikTok where they said you can sign up for text alerts for things happening in the city, like street closures or weather forecasts and stuff like
It's
that.
probably a good thing to have there since the subways tend to
Yeah.
flood a lot since Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah. So the text alert I got was the streets on 7th from that street to that street are going to be closed because of this street festival. So I went to that, and then I pulled because I wanted to see what kind of vendors they were going to have. So I pulled it up, and let me go to the website. There's a list on New York or NYCstreetfairs.com of all the street festivals that are happening just in Manhattan. There are 94 street festivals on this list for the year. So
God, the city must make a killing in like permitting.
I know, right? So much like the Pokemon list.
I didn't even
I'm
think of
gonna
that.
try to-
Caitlin just yelled, there's only 52 weeks in a year. I didn't even think of it
Yeah.
like that. So there's like almost 2 a week at least.
These are not, I mean, here, I'll run real quick. The festivals are on Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Saturday. They're all on Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Almost every single Thursday, Saturday, Sunday has a festival. So much like Pokemon, I'm going to try to catch them all and see what kind of festivals they have.
Can I tell you about a festival real quick? Just like
Yeah.
a thing that happened. When I lived there, and I lived on 52nd Street. By the way, right around the corner from there are like 3 gentlemen's clubs. Trust me, on Broadway. Maybe not on 7th. Maybe they're on Broadway and 52nd. Anyway, I mean, because I was just there and I passed them all. There's one on 7th around the 50s too. Anyway, not that I've gone in. I just happened to notice. So Jed and I we parked our car somewhere and then we got wasted and then we like somehow took a cab back to the house. I don't know why her car was there, but we were like, hey, we either need to go to our car, or we need to go to our office or something like that. And we're like, so we're like on Saturday morning we'll get up and we'll go. So we got up early and we start walking, and in Times Square there's like music playing, right? And it's I Will Survive. And we're like, oh, let's hurry up there and we get up there. We're thinking like there's some drag show going on and somebody's singing the song. No, it was Gloria Gaynor. And she said, and so we weasel our way up to the front and we're like, hey, and it was really like, where else but New York City can you just walk out of your apartment and walk up to Gloria Gaynor singing I Will Survive? Iconic, gay, awesome, everything, loved it. And she finished the song and she said, thank you all so much for coming out for such an important cause. Now, everyone on your mark, get set, go. And everyone turns around. They all have these numbers on and they start running. And Jen and I are just standing in there like, yeah, what's going on? We had to like run out of the way. Apparently, we had made our way into like some sort of 5K for like breast cancer awareness or something like that. It was exciting. But yeah, that's New York. Festival everywhere.
There is. One thing that I have really enjoyed this week is Chris took me over. We're 1 block over from the Hudson River, and they have the Empire State Trail that runs. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this?
It sounds like exercise. I have not been there.
Kinda. So I don't know when they did this, but it is a 750-mile trail through the state of New York. It starts at Battery Park, goes all the way up
I was like, Jesus
Manhattan.
Christ, that Manhattan's only 3 miles long. What the hell?
It goes up through Manhattan, up into the state of New York, and goes across the state into Buffalo. So you can feasibly start at Battery Park and walk this trail. I Googled it. It will take you about, if you walk 8 hours a day, It will take you 30 days to get through the whole trail, a whole month to get from Battery Park to Buffalo.
I think
And
you have your TikTok mapped
my
out.
TikTok channel.
Yeah.
So we've been going to walks there every day, and they've got all the piers and everything there, and they've got parks, and they've got like little stage areas and restaurants. I mean, they've just done this place up like there's just everything to do there. So I've been walking up and down that. So I've enjoyed doing that, trying to get my steps in. I'm averaging right now this week. I average 15,000 steps a day, which is fantastic. But I came across a billboard, and in their Clinton Cove is one of the little parks they have there. They're doing Broadway by the Boardwalk, and every Monday they're doing concerts with Broadway stars. And I sent you one on August 11th. Anthony Rapp and Adam Pascal are going to be doing a concert in the park there. But they've got Jennifer Holliday there. They've got Jasmine Amy Rogers. I don't know who that is. John Lloyd Young. I don't know who that is. Zachary Noah Pizer. They look like young little twinks, so I might go check them out.
I mean, send me some information about that.
But it's really cool. They have all these little stages and parks and stuff set up, and just people walking up and down and having a good time. So I've been walking up and down that. That's been my week, is trailing it up. And I'm gonna build myself up, and I'm gonna take a month, and I'm gonna walk the entire Empire State Trail. I've decided.
Yeah, just get like one of those, like, doesn't Verizon have like a box or something that gives you internet access? Just put it in your pocket, and then we could do the podcast while you're walking.
Yeah. There you go.
I would love to come there for that thing, and I'll see about it. I mean, the house is not sold.
It has,
but we
not
are waiting
sold?
to hear. We're waiting to hear back from somebody. Somebody saw it yesterday and they loved it, and they want to make a cash offer and close fast. They just haven't made the call yet. It was between our house and another house, and so he's supposed to call today. If that house sells and goes fast, I will come up there and go see that show. But what kills me is the cost of hotels to go to New York. So like, it's more like I got to come for a couple of days and pack in as many things as I can as shows that I want to see, rather than like, oh, I'm going to come up there because even just to come up there for one day would be like $1,000. And until the house sells, I can't really justify it. I mean, I could. But then my husband is like, well, why didn't you go see Marina with me if you're going to drop $1,000 to go to see this stupid rent people? He likes Marina. I don't know her. Marina Carey?
Don't they have marinas in every city? Tell them you'll take them to a marina.
I mean, she's not even rich anymore. She used to have all these diamonds, and now she lost them, and now she's just Marina. Marina and the Diamonds? Never heard of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know her.
No. I'm not a water person, so I don't spend a lot of time with marinas.
I mean, he just can't get away from St. Pete, can he?
So, and the only other thing that happened that I want to talk about, it didn't happen, but we got the tickets to it. 54 Below, which is that bar that's in the basement of, I guess, what used to be Studio 54.
Yes.
It was announced that one of the greatest living actresses of our time will be performing there for 2 nights only. So me and Chris got tickets to go see her. If you're on TikTok, you're aware of how famous she is. She is the one and only Paloma Diamond. Is coming. Do you not know who Paloma Diamond is?
Is she the sister of Marina?
No, Paloma Diamond. So it's a actor who has this TikTok where every time the Oscars come around, he dresses up in drag and talks about how that he's had like 12 Oscar nominations and has never won.
What's her last name?
Paloma Diamond.
Oh, I got so confused because Marina and the Diamond.
So for the last couple of years, every time the Oscars come around, she is all over TikTok. And she was on CBS News. She was on the Today Show. And she basically she's been nominated for dozens of Oscars, but has never won. And every year is her year. And she always loses to some young up and comer, and it pisses her off. Well, she's coming to do a concert at 54 Below, and we're going to go see her and I'm so excited for it.
I'll bet that's fun. It looks like she looks like well, she could use a shave, but she looks like that'll be fun.
But she is one of the greatest actresses of our time, and I'm going to get to see her, and I'm so excited about it. So that
Meryl
is in
who?
September, right? Meryl looks to Paloma Diamond for inspiration. That's how good she is.
Okay. I mean that sincerely.
Yeah. So that's been my week.
I
I've
can't
been
help. I cannot help but notice that there is something missing from your
Mm.
week still.
Yeah, your stupid fucking bread. I went there. There is no food in the world I am going to wait in an hour and a half line for. I will tell you that.
Well,
I
this
went
is-
there to get your little soda breads, and there's a freaking line out the door,
That
and it's
tells
like
you
it'll
how
be like
good they
90. No, that tells me how viral they are.
Also,
I'm not waiting in a line for 90 minutes for no kind of bread.
well, I mean, nobody would, but you got to examine the time that you're going there. Every time I've gone, I've waited at most 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
but
also
I
a 40-minute
ordered-
train ride from where I am.
Yeah, it was a hike for me to go to.
So
But it's
no,
worth
no
it.
bread's
It was
worth
good.
it. No, there's a bakery right around the corner, Amy's Bakery, that has some of the most amazing baked goods I've
Well,
ever had.
suck it, Amy.
I will
'cause you ain't
continue
got no
to go to
Irish soda
Amy.
bread scone.
Well, I'm sure it's fine, but I'm not taking a 40-minute bus ride or train
Look,
ride.
I don't have
and
stock
waiting
in
in
it. I
line
don't care
for
if
it.
you go or not. It's just really good.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's good. But no, I'm not waiting in line for it. It's too hot. When it gets cooler, I'll wait in line. I'm not waiting in this heat.
Well, no, I mean, and I get up at 7. I get up at 7 and I go there, and it's fine. And I heard
7?
Right, I heard that.
Hey, I'm still unemployed. I don't get up at 7. I
Well,
woke up an hour before this podcast started.
Well, I don't think you should be saying anything bad about Mary O. It's not her fault. No, I get up at 7. I don't go. I can't sleep past 7 anymore. Dylan has ruined me.
I can. I totally can.
And the dogs, you know? Where are my virtual dogs that'll sleep until I turn the computer on?
That's why I'm only into the CGI dogs.
There you go. See? It all goes full circle. My week was good. It was busy, so I'm going to talk for a while, but that's okay. So Wednesday night, and this is all hyper local, so I apologize. You know, if you want to take a bathroom break while I tell the audience about this.
Yeah,
it's
no, go
fine.
ahead.
So Wednesday night, Watermark was invited to the soft opening of Outpost. Right, you're familiar with this.
Oh,
is
yes,
the bar, the sports bar, a sports restaurant that was being opened by one of the owners is involved with Outsports, and so it's gay sports stuff. So this is like a gay sports restaurant bar, right? So Watermark invited, a couple of us went. It was me, Danny, Bellany. I'll give her a byline in the story.
The
she left
usual
hers out.
suspects.
And Jen went. You know,
nice.
because Kay was not available, so we went. And so the food was really good. We had loaded fries as an appetizer, but they were yuca fries. They were delicious, which sparked the. I don't know if you've ever been to Marlowe's Tavern. They have chickpea fries. They're so good.
I do enjoy the chickpea fries.
So these yuca fries were really good. We had sweet potato cornbread for the table. That was really good. And then later on, the best thing that I had that day was like after we ordered our food, for some reason, I was like, oh, what about hush puppies? The best hush puppies. They were so good. Anyway, loved it. I ended up getting like a pimento cheese hamburger, which was all delicious. But here's the fucking crazy part of it all. All right. So Bellany was taking photos. This is one thing I got to say. She will take a picture immediately. Like, this is great for Watermark. She gets out of bed and she's like, oh, let me get a picture for Watermark. So we go to this restaurant and she says, oh, I want to go outside and get a picture of the sign. While she goes outside, she's getting a picture of the sign. One of the owners is like, or some manager is like, oh, hey, if you're taking pictures for a newspaper, let's do this thing where we're going to make all of our drinks and we're going to line them up on the bar and you can get a photo of all the drinks and we'll put flowers in them and they'll be real pretty. And we're like, perfect. So we sit down and we're ordering our food and she orders a mocktail. I didn't know that she ordered a mocktail. And I got a Diet Coke, but when they brought the mocktail over, it looked very pretty. I don't know what it tasted like, but it looked very pretty. And I was like, oh, I should have gotten a mocktail. And then she says, well, there's 2. I got this one. You should get the other one. So I'm like, perfect. So I order the other one. And then about 5 minutes later, somebody comes over and sets a drink in front of me. And I swear he said mocktail.
Mm-mm.
I have been sober for almost 10 years.
You know what you sound like? Do you ever see the Seinfeld episode where he's like, I have vomit free since 93?
Well, pretty much, because I really haven't thrown up since I stopped drinking. So I swear that's what he said. So I pick it up and I take a big sip out of it, and my body caught fire. Apparently, when he set the drink down, he said Mai Tai. Not mocktail. And by the way, whoever drinks these, what the fuck is wrong with you? They're nothing but alcohol. It's like, it was the most alcoholic thing I've ever put my lips on. And I was like, ugh. It was like Popsicle Gate all over again. And so I had a very tiny sip of it. I mean, by the time I was like, thought maybe they put something in it that gave it that flavor. So I was like, what was that? It was a very tiny sip, pure alcohol. Pushed it away, found out the guy said Mai Tai, and we're like, oh. And then there was debate amongst everybody else at the table as to whether or not I had to pick up a white chip at the next meeting that I go to. I was like, I did not choose this life. The Mai Tai chose me. So no, I did not drink it. I did not get drunk. It was kind of hilarious. And it was
How did you feel afterwards?
I didn't feel anything. I just had a tiny little sip.
Alcohol will do that to you. It takes all the feeling away.
So anyway, it's just funny to watch everybody else's reactions as they're like, "Oh my god!" I remember when somebody said a thing. They put a glass of vodka in front of Tom, and he had thought that that it was water. I
heard that
and
story.
And so he went to pick it up, but he smelled it first and was like, oh, I just went at it. I thought it was a mocktail. But anyway, then they brought my mocktail out.
Not good. It's because it's not good if it doesn't have rum in it.
But then the fun thing is, I've had mocktails that are really good. And then so when we said like it was hideous, the waitress would arrive, like all the staff would come over then and tell us, and they were like, it was like a hard line divide. Half the staff loved it, half the staff hated it, but it's just like an acquired taste. Like you have to like a certain ingredient in it. Yeah. But I think my problem is I don't like guava. Is that it? I think guava. No, not guava. There's something else. I don't. What do they make?
You're talking Mai Tais?
Yeah. No. This was this mocktail, but it had that and espresso mocktail in it, so it gave it some kind of like weird tea, earthy taste. Anyway, so that's my big. I'm 3 days sober now.
Good for you. You'll get back to 10 years.
But all in all, I love the place. I'm so glad that there's like a gay restaurant like that. That's a sports bar, gay restaurant. I'll be there all the time. So the next day, we went to Epcot like at night, Thursday night. So that was last Wednesday, Thursday night, because Ryan was in town because Friday was our mid-year retreat. So he came into town Thursday.
What'd y'all do for the mid-year retreat?
I'm going to get there. Don't you worry. I like to go day by day. So Thursday night we go to. I said Epcot, didn't I? That was a lie.
Yeah.
I'm getting edited over here by Caitlin, who's like, "That's not where you went." That's exactly what she sounds like, and she can't disprove it because she can't get on a microphone. So we went to the Hollywood Studios because he wanted to go. They revamped the Little Mermaid show, and if you will remember, when I asked Ryan when he was co-hosting what his favorite movie is, and I said it doesn't have to be gay, he picked the highly homosexual. He picked
the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. So
it's all right. It's an okay movie.
He wanted to go see the new show, so we went, and it was really cute. I gotta admit, I really kind of enjoyed it. All the upgrades were way better than it was. I will say this though: when the Little Mermaid comes out on stage, he completely gay-gasped. He was like. And I looked over at him with like the look. I don't know if you ever see a photo of Ryan and I together, but every time he's like smiling and every time I'm like, it's hilarious. But anyway, I gave him that. I shot him a look like that, and he saw me and he just started cracking it because he's laughing at himself because he
was there any of this during the
Yes,
show.
but
I don't like it. I don't care for it.
I'm gonna give her this in her defense. So they do this on the Broadway show constantly. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't like it.
We're in the water. Like, we get it. We're seeing a movie about people that live in the water. We don't need this the entire time.
Right? You just
But-
once in the beginning, you say, "Hey, we are mermaids in the water." That's all I need.
That's all you
I don't need you to be.
Yeah. You remind me of that guy at Savoy that we used to hang out with at dance. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So anyway,
Memories.
oh god, talk about drinking. Anyway, but in her defense, she did come out floating in the air. And so she was doing the whole, like, I'm swimming over to my rock thing, and then she went and sat on the rock. So, I mean, it was kind of cool, and I get the gay gas because she was literally suspended in air, and she looked like she was swimming through the middle of the stage. Like, it was cool. Ursula, terrifying. Humongous, little T-Rex arms, scary as shit. But afterwards, I was hungry, and I was like, and you know, when I get hungry, it's like we're eating. Right?
Yeah.
I'm eating. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm eating. So we went to 50's Primetime Diner. Have you ever been there?
No.
At her cafe. I feel like my ex-boyfriend is back. Actually, it's the cafe. So 50's Primetime Cafe. It's set up like it's like a 1950s kitchen, and you're sitting at a dining room table in the kitchen, and it's the old time TVs, the old style like tables, all this stuff. Or did I say something incorrect again? Okay. But the whole staff acts like your family. So if it's a woman, she would be your mother or grandmother, or the guys tend to be brothers or cousins, kind of a thing. So our waiter was like our cousin, and it was super fun and cute. And the guy, like, Ryan ate everything on his plate except 2 peas. And so the guy like came over and like picked him up, and he's like, "You got to eat everything," and was like, airplane 2 piece, and it was hilarious. But what was funny about it is, like, right when Ryan ate that, and then the guy walked away, and he goes, "I feel like Rose from Titanic," and all I want to say is that was the most erotic moment of my entire life. And
Oh
we
my!
were like,
Was he attractive?
no, it was a joke. He was being silly. So the weird thing about it, though, is that right across from us was a 2-top, right? And sitting in this seat on the 2-top is this guy by himself. And across from him was another 2-top. And sitting in this seat was a girl sitting by herself. And they were facing each other, and these seats were empty. And we were just talking about it. And I said, wouldn't this be like this incredible meet cute thing if they like hit it off? And they were like, oh, they come here every year for their anniversary now, and they have kids, and they bring. So anyway, we're chatting, and then we notice like the waiter grabs their phones and like steps back, and it's getting a picture of them looking at where they're sitting. And so
Together?
I said, "Huh? No, they were still sitting at their separate tables, but they.
But
both
he got a photo of them together.
Yeah, but I guess they started talking at some point across. I mean, these weren't like next to each other; these were across the room, kind of. And they started talking to each other. So the guy's like, "Oh, get a picture of you guys." And so then I said, "Oh, look, it's happening." And it took the picture, and then that guy's waitress came over to her, and he goes, "They're making fun of me," and points at us. And I was like, "Well, we are now. Like, now I'm gonna make fun of you. Like, what a weird guy." I was like, I hope that girl doesn't like. I don't know. It was so very weird. Yeah, no longer. It's like Meet Psycho. Anyway, it was all very weird. So the next day
sounds
was
like you guys might have been bullying him.
No, we were excited for them that they were gonna they were having this moment, and that something. But he's like, they're making fun of me. Yeah. The other weird thing is like their timing, because he really wanted to be part of us, you know, because he kept referencing to us with other people, and we were talking about something at the table, and Ryan yelled the word "gay," but not really loud. He just said something was gay, and then there were 2 waitresses at the table with that guy, and they all 3 turned around. Completely unrelated to what he was saying, but we were all like, this is very, very weird. Anyway, so then the retreat, it was not like usual, right? Like something popped up in Danny's memories for the retreats today when we all went and did that painting thing.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah, that was fun.
8 people in that photo no longer work here. Danny and Dylan and I are the only people in the photo that still do. So anyway, that's fun. We didn't do anything fun. I don't think so. Well, we went to lunch.
Where'd you go?
We went to the center and we did it like it was a year-end retreat, but for a very specific reason. Like,
Is that when you all shot that TikTok?
that's at the new office. Isn't that cute? That was cool. We're all such good actors. We could all get on Big Brother.
It was so fun.
Oh, look at me. I live in New York now.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, now that I live in New York, I've seen real acting. No, I'm just kidding.
He said, I look at that video and I see 8 people who probably could stand in line for an hour and a half for a piece of bread, but not me. And I'm not in that video.
I'll say this. 3 of you were acting real well. The rest of y'all, you need to get more into it. I won't say who's who, but there were some who just were a little like
you will
half-assed.
tell me I'm one of the 3 good actors, or you are fired.
Of course, fine.
Yeah, you're like, I'm a volunteer, bitch.
Off with you. Your powers don't work here anymore. No, you did. You were good. You were one of the good ones.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
I already know who the bad ones were.
So was Caitlin. Caitlin did good.
Oh, he's just saying that because we're listening.
Who else is in the room?
They were the other good one. No, because it's been a rough year. And figuring things out. So the meeting was to say, here's what our sales have been. And as opposed to last year at our goals, and then we talked about how to get those up and different things that we could do for revenue generation. And then for the first time, we never knew this, but I was like, here's all of our expenses, and let's talk about what we can get rid of, and to say like what of these things that we do are luxury and what are necessities, so that we can trim the fat and make sure that we keep everybody and become very successful. It was actually a really good exercise, and things are actually looking a lot better than I thought that they were. So that made me very happy. So we did that. So that was Friday. So it's just a couple more things I want to point out. I finished watching Honora. I watched like the first half of it like a month ago, and then I finished watching it. And I just want to say, what a weird ending.
Yeah.
What a
the whole movie's weird. It's so jarring. There's a couple of points where it just completely changes to a different type of film.
It's just all it is screaming.
Yeah.
It's screaming and beating up and screaming and and it's also full of horrible people. So I'm going to say something that might sound controversial to you. But she deserved the Oscar because he was such a dick to her. Give her I get that she's not a real person, like she's an actress and that this character, but she was convincing. Like I believe that that's just her, and they treated her so horrifically.
They did.
And just
I will say though,
missed her as a human being.
Hollywood has mistreated Demi Moore for decades, and she
true.
Definitely deserves an Oscar.
I'm gonna give you that. Maybe Demi Moore should go and join that Diamond lady with
Paloma Oh my God, if Demi Moore appears at the Paloma Diamond concert, I will die. I will literally die.
Well, don't do that. Although I have heard that people that were guest hosts enjoyed doing it. So if you did
oh my God, could you imagine if I died at Studio 54? The prestigious group I would be a part of.
Yeah,
didn't a lot of famous
that
people
old lady that OD'd on the dance floor. you and her.
They were rich and they were somebodies.
That's so funny. Yeah, I was just thinking like how horrible it would be if one of us died like while filming this. We'd totally put it on YouTube. That'd be like our most watched show.
What if this building fell down while we're talking?
I don't think that we'd really grasp that. I think your camera would just go out. It would just go dark, and we'd be like, "What happened?" But if you like had a heart attack or stroked out, we'd see it. We'd see like you melt down on screen.
Why me? Why can't you have the heart attack? Not me.
I go walking on better. I walked 750 miles in 1 month. It's you. Yeah, I will say that my watch yells at me when I walk more than 15 steps, and it's like, "Are you exercising?" It gets all
Are you
excited.
doing it?
Are
Oh
you
my
taking some
God.
time? Can I mark this down? No?
Uh,
All right. Anyway, so we did decide to watch a film and talk
we
about it.
did.
Now,
We
so
did.
here's what happens. Like, you know, when we watch a movie, sometimes something will pop up and we'll say, "Oh, let's do this." We'll get an email about something. Something will be interesting and fun. And then when we go to find that movie to watch it, we end up seeing like trailers for a bunch of other movies, kind of like it, but like on the same streaming platform or something. So that's how we came across this. We're like, oh, there's this movie on. It's on Here TV, which if you don't know what Here TV is, it is a streaming platform for all kinds of gay everything, TV shows, movies, all kinds of stuff, things that are a little like not mainstream, but it's all
Is that where you
queer.
watched it? Was on Here TV?
How did you watch it? Did you rent it?
I rented it on
Amazon.
It used to be Vudu, but now it's Fandango by Vudu. I guess Vudu bought Fandango.
All right.
But it's
Next
where
week
all
it'll
my
be
digital movies go on.
Max, HBO Max, and then Max.
I
and
know,
then
right?
Vudu Max, and
But yeah, it was only $1.99 on Fandango, so I rented it on there.
I got the 7-day free trial of Here TV.
Oh, that's a good.
Would
idea.
this be a good point to tell you that while we were trimming the fat, we got rid of Stars and Out TV subscriptions. So if you go to watch anything on those for the podcast,
I'll tell you what, it has been so long since I've watched anything on those, I wouldn't have even known.
If you want to watch For the Love of Dilfs 4, you got to pay for it yourself.
I'll think about it.
There's one guy that was on For the Love of Dilfs. He left the show early. I don't know if you remember him. He was a porn star.
Oh yeah, the one who left
see
because
him
he's a whiny little bitch.
everywhere. Anyway, and I'm always like, "That's the guy from the Dilf show," and people are like, "You watch a show about Dilfs?" And I'm like, "I did."
Speaking of Dilfs, we watched a movie.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that's right. So, so I got the 7-day free trial, and Jen's like, I said, "Do you want to pay to rent it, or should I get this?" And she's like, "Well, you better cancel it." But now I kind of want to keep it because I started watching this show called Single, Out, and I watched the first season. That's available on Prime, and it's terrible, but I'm invested, and now I got to watch the next two. I mean, it's got really good looking guys in it, so it's worth it.
That helps a lot of shows and movies to keep you focused.
And it's endearing enough, and the storyline isn't too terrible. So here we go. So we've got this movie called Riley, and Riley is a semi-autobiographical story it's a coming of age story about a high school football player who is struggling with his sexuality.
Yes. It's written and directed by Benjamin Howard. It's roughly based on his upbringing, and it stars a lot of unknown actors. I didn't recognize any of the actors from anything. However, I will say the star, who is Dakota Riley, Riley's his last name, Dakota Riley looks like the love child of Eddie Redmayne and Willem Dafoe.
Okay, you say Eddie Redmayne. Look, I swear to you, it's written right here. I said stars Jake Holley as Dakota Riley. He's like the love child of Matt Dillon and Willem Dafoe.
Oh, I can see Matt Dillon too. Yeah.
I can see Eddie Redmayne too.
It's like the three of them got together and blended their DNA and said, "Let's make a child." Also, I will say, him included, there's about 4 or 5 people in this movie who have very wide mouths. And that's kind of what get the Willem Dafoe effect.
Yeah.
Because Willem Dafoe has a very wide mouth. And it's almost like the director was like, you know what? I got a thing for wide mouths. Fish mouth, I think is what they call it. Yeah. I like a good fish mouth. So he just hired everyone who had a wide smile.
On Glee, they called it Trouty Mouth. But I heard that the director's favorite Disney character is Stitch, so it all adds up.
That makes sense.
So his best friend Jaden is played by Colin McCalla, who was in the film version of the Prom.
Oh, was
I'm assuming he played a high school kid in that, but have we covered?
I'm sure.
I don't think we've covered Prom. Did we watch it?
Have we not?
We
I
must
will go
have.
back and check.
I think we did.
It seems like something we would have covered, but if we didn't, we should do that for next week.
I don't know if we did. I'll have to go check. Anyway,
We'll have to check.
you know what? We do have a fan who listens to who interacts really constantly with us. He's also recommended something else. I don't know if you caught it on Instagram. I'll have to go back and see what it is.
I will say, since I left Watermark, I am no longer on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or Blue Sky. I don't even have those apps on my phone. Also, I have been removed from Watermark's Facebook page, so I don't see any messages that come to Watermark.
Okay. Oh,
So
yeah. Well, that
you
would
are
make sense.
you are my only conduit to any messages that come into that place.
Well, I will let you know. Oh, my God. I have such
Okay.
an opportunity to lie to you constantly.
I know. Our fan wants you to watch Love of Dilfs 4, so we're going to do it.
He said that we should cover 5 concerts of Air Supply. So, all right. So then here's something that's interesting. The guy that plays the father, okay, so Dakota Riley's father, I can only assume has been in several Hallmark movies.
He has that face.
He has that face. But he's also in a movie, and I shit you not, this is the name of the movie. He's in a movie called Sharktopus versus Terracuda.
Okay. I have seen Sharktopus. I did not know there was a sequel, and I will definitely be checking it out.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I swear to God, there's
there's more than one Sharktopus?
There is a
There's 8 of
Sharktopus
them.
movie, and it is half shark and half octopus, and I have seen it. It was from on
I
Sci-Fi.
did not realize there were so many Sharktopussies out there in the world.
Yeah. I am not a fan of pussy, but I do love a good shark-a-pussy.
That is spoken like somebody who has no ties to any publication anymore and who has zero fear of being canceled. I love the
I am
freedom
free
at which
and I
you
love it.
speak. All right, so then
Listen to me, you woke people. You can't touch me now.
So then there is Connor Story. Connor Story is the
Yes.
actor who plays Liam, which is like this guy's French partner in French class.
Yes,
and
who is gay.
Who's an openly gay kid at the
Yes.
school.
Can I just say, he does this throughout the whole movie, and it was driving me up a fucking wall because he has long hair, and he kept going,
Oh, you know what that is? He learned that from watching Kristen Stewart.
oh, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
How dare you, Kristen?
He was in the Joker. This probably explains it. He was in the Joker Part 2.
Was he?
Yeah.
As who?
Now, don't ask me who he was.
Oh, okay. Well, I just did, and I apologize.
How dare you ask questions on this podcast? You know we don't research very much. Okay, so then this cracked me up. So this is all the interesting things about this movie that I can muster up. J.B. Waterman is in this movie. He plays the guy that he hooks up with.
Yes. Did you see what they call him in the
Yes,
credits?
that's why I wrote it down. He is credited as Obi-Wan Hookup.
Yeah. First
Because
of all, watch the movie. You're not Obi-Wan. At best, you're the Liam Neeson character.
Oh, you're
And
taken.
you're barely that.
I mean, also like not to get too crazy about it, but this is an older guy who's hooking up with high school kids on Grindr.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a bar owner in Orlando
Yeah.
who got arrested for doing things like this.
You're not Obi-Wan, sir. You are Jeffrey Epstein.
But anyway, it's a funny line in the show when he says, because the kid, like the vehicle at which he tells this story is he's struggling with his sexuality. He gets on Grindr and he goes to hook up with this guy. And so through the whole time of this hookup, it flashes back to things in his life
story,
that's led him up to this moment. And so he gets to a point where he's like, I can't do this. This is too much for me. And he starts asking the guy a bunch of questions. And he said, I didn't know that that I would be someone's.
I didn't know I was going to Obi-Wan today.
Yeah.
Or I'm not looking to Obi-Wan today or something like that.
Something weird. It was funny.
But they kept doing the flashbacks, and like at one point they're like getting ready to have sex, and he's like, can you say you love me, say I love you, and pretend I'm your boyfriend? He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
No, instead
it's
I'm gonna
like-
choke you. Like, weird.
Yeah, the whole thing, and this was annoying me about those flashbacks, is the entire time you can tell this is a troubled kid who needs help, and all you're trying to do is get yours.
Right.
I
well,
just want to
and
get off my rocks. I don't care what you're going through.
Here's like what here's what gets me at the very beginning. So this person shows up on a bicycle.
Yeah.
To have sex with you, and you start asking him questions, and you're asking him if he has what cell service he has, and he says that he has cricket, and the guy laughs and says, "I've never met anyone with cricket before."
Yeah, he's total condescending. He's such a dick.
But you find out that he's got like the cheapest cell phone. You find out that he's driving that he lives with his parents. You know, that he's like in school. Like
Yeah.
Like all of this should say, hey, this person's like 16, 17 years old. Maybe you shouldn't move forward with all of this.
Yeah. Now they do make it a point in the beginning. I think it's because of that to say that he is 8 when they're doing the little newsreel. And it's like 18-year-old. Are you listening, audience? 18-year-old Dakota Riley. So everything that happens, it's fine.
As the kids say, that's sus.
Yeah, very. I will say one of the first things, because
I want to know how old he really was in real life when he went to that guy's house. Because I mean, I know people who were 16 that were going and hooking up with people that were much older when I was in high school, and I was like,
do you watch when you watch these movies for the podcast? Do you watch them with captions on?
No. Well, it depends on the movie. If
I watch them all
British
with captions.
Accent, yes, because I can't understand British people.
I watch them with captions so that I can make sure I catch everything. And I just wrote this down because this cracked me up for some reason. The very first caption on this movie is dogs barking, birds chirping. Like, really, captions? Do we need to fucking know that?
Well, I mean, people who
all I need you to do is tell me. Tell me what they're saying.
It helps know where, because if it was like car horns and ambulance, then you would be like, oh, it's a different setting.
I gotcha. All right, that makes sense. I just thought that was a funny first
away from
opening
the hearing
caption.
impaired.
I apologize. I will cut that out. I apologize to the hearing impaired who are listening to this.
That's not worse than what you said last week.
So we said Dakota Riley, he's the star. Yeah. He goes to this house for a hookup, and then that is the vehicle to which we flash back. He's an 18-year-old high school football player who he's a receiver on the team and in life, apparently. And he is he's been approached. He's very good at what he does, and he's been approached by several colleges for scholarships. Six total. His dad is a former NFL star who's the coach of the football team, and he's one of those. He's that stereotypical varsity blues dad who's like, oh, you need to work out hard and play ball, and that's what your life is, and you need the best you can be.
And he's also the coach, so he has to. He can't like give. Like, this is so stupid.
I can't make people think you're my favorite, even though you're my son.
Or like, I can't compliment you on how hard you're working out, so I can only tell you you're not doing it good enough. Like,
yeah,
come on.
He's just a complete stereotype asshole. And if the writer-director's dad was really like this, I'm sorry you had to put up with that because your dad's a dick.
Well, I mean, it's probably his impression of his dad. You know what I mean? But people are complicated.
Maybe, yeah.
People are like ogres. They have layers.
No. Ogres are like onions. People are one-dimensional and are very transparent.
Well, in this movie.
Skylar has Dakota has a lady friend. Her name is Skylar.
He has like a best friend that's like, why haven't you asked me out? And then he's like, okay, let's date.
No, every conversation they have is her asking him a question and then him responding with a question. So she's like, why haven't you asked me to be your girlfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Why won't you kiss me? Do you want me to kiss you? It's like, dude.
My favorite interaction between them is there's a scene when so they're full on dating, right? But they're not really doing much of anything. I mean, she tries to give him a handy, but he doesn't get up for it.
And he's not getting it.
And then she tries to blow him and it's not happening. But they're sitting in a hot tub and they're having this conversation. And he says to her, tell me something embarrassing about yourself that I don't already know. And she says, well, I've never done anything in a hot tub with a guy. And then she goes, your turn. And he goes, I've never done anything in a hot tub with a guy either. and they like laugh. And I'm like, but I don't know. By that point, I thought she might kind of know something going on. Do you remember like
Yeah.
the scene when they did a TikTok video? So he does this TikTok video
Yeah.
dance thing with
The look on her face says,
right,
you're a
like,
little too
she
friendly with the
knew.
gays.
So
Yeah.
like the two out gay guys, and one of them he's got this French project to do with, and then the other guy, and
Liam and Caleb are their
Liam and
names.
Caleb. And so he walks in to do the French study thing, and they're like, oh, hey, wait, let's do this first. And they start doing this dance, and the way that they're all laughing and hanging out, she starts to see, oh, maybe he's one of them. So she gets up and grabs him and says, okay, you're done. Then,
Time to go.
like, you're getting a little too gay.
So this movie is loaded with very homoerotic, like with the football players, like they're working out or they're in the locker room, and they're just like, they're always shirtless, and they've all got abs, and they're standing real close to each other. And it's like, here, let me spot you, bro.
I feel like this is like really the way it is. Like I just feel like this is. I feel like this is all true.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to like listen. And I don't want to embarrass him, so I was not listening. So I'm not gonna say any names. Oh, but I was crazy about him at high school. So it's another reason I'm not gonna say any names. But we were like, there was this friend of ours that had this nice house and a nice pool, and he and his family went on vacation. So the rest of us would like go climb the fence and go swimming in their pool. And like we'd swim in their pool, and then we'd get up and go and whatever. But this one particular person would like jump in the pool and swim around, and when we get ready to leave, he'd take off all of his clothes and like towel off and all that. And I was just like, can't look.
Oh.
So, but I think things like that like happen, and like when the guy's like,
Yeah.
hey, look at this, I shaved, and he pulls his pants down a little bit. You know, yeah, I think. Yeah,
I
there's a
wrote
little
that here
bro job
about
thing.
that scene when they're in the locker room, and I wrote down locker room. His buddy shows him that he shaved his pubes. Why are straight guys always so gay?
Do you know? I got to tell you what I saw that. It reminded me. I can tell a really embarrassing story about myself, and like,
Go on.
like this is pretty embarrassing, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So I apologize to Caitlin, who was in the room, and say that we will talk to HR about this later. So I was young, and I was just fine. I just accepted I was gay, and somehow I found out that like gay guys shave their pubes. So, but there wasn't any instruction on how to do this. And in a father-son relationship, when a father's teaching you things, they don't teach you how to shave your pubes, right?
They do not.
It's not something that happens. And I don't even think I was
And
taught how to shave.
if they do, then I need you to find a trusting adult.
Yeah. So so I decide I'm going to shave them, right? So I take a razor. No water, no shaving cream,
Oof.
nothing. I take a razor, and I don't cut first. I don't trim because I didn't know how to do it. I just went like fucking machete.
Oh God.
And it down, and then and removed this clump of hair because I had never done this before. So there was a lot of hair there, and boom, now I have this clump of hair. And as soon as I did that, I'm thinking this is probably a mistake. And then all of a sudden you hear, I'm like, yeah. And it was my mom. And she said, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I scheduled your volleyball physical for tomorrow. So we're going to take you there before we go. And I'm sitting there with this little runway and a handful of pubes. And I swear to you, here's what I did. I just put it back. And then I got dressed. I went to my physical. And they had to do the hernia test. This is so ridiculous. They have to do the hernia test, so he pulls down my pants and he does the hernia test, and I can just tell that there's just pubes falling all over the place. And I did not make eye contact. I don't know what this guy saw. I was like, I'm just not going to be a part of this. And then he is like, okay. And then I put him back up. And that was that. And we never spoke of it again.
Until today.
He's listening right now going, I thought something was crazy about that kid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, Yeah. Mm. I can't believe you shared that. Anyway.
I know, right? Like, why do I have to be an open book? I don't know. Horrifically embarrassing. And there's still yet one story I'll never tell. So whatever I won't tell was worse than that.
Where were we? I forget where we were. Oh, the pubes.
The pubes.
So he showed his friend. So throughout the whole movie, Dakota and his friend Jaden, who's staying with them, they kind of allude to his story, but they don't really go into full on into Jaden's story. But Jaden is kind of half living with Dakota and his family because he doesn't get along with his dad. And then later in the movie, he makes reference to about getting kicked out. So
I don't want to get kicked out again.
Yeah, so he basically just sleeps on the floor in Dakota's room. So they have a very close relationship. Jaden is the quarterback on the team, and Dakota is the receiver. So if anybody who's into football knows that the quarterback and the receiver have a very intimate relationship with each other. And these two, well, at least Dakota tries to take it to the next level.
But he's getting a lot of signs.
Oh, yeah, he's getting a lot of signs of, hey,
Jaden talks about being
the runway
direct.
is clear.
Yeah.
The runway is clear. Come on in. But yeah, he's always talking about, he's like, dude, I'm so hard. I'm going to jerk off if you don't mind while we're in the room together.
Well, then maybe he's like, should we jerk off together? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, well, Dakota reading the signs, he's like, hey, Jaden, how big are you? And he's like, I don't know, man. I haven't measured since I'm middle school. Probably like 7. He goes, yeah, me too. And he's like, should we compare sizes? And he's like, I don't know, man. I guess, yeah. So they end up comparing sizes. And then Jaden's like, Jaden says, should we jerk off? And he's like, there's my sign.
Right.
I want this. He wants it. I'm going for it.
Now, the next step was to take it to a whole different place.
To jerk each other off.
But he kind of got the green light. So then, so Dakota was like, would it be weird if I touched yours? And he goes, go ahead.
Okay, sure.
So then he's like, well, let me take it one other crazy step. And he's like, have you ever kissed a guy? And then all of a sudden, Jane,
he's like, nah, I think that's enough.
Retracts.
It's time for bed.
And he's like, I'm not gay. And he goes, I'm not into dudes. And this was kind of cool because he was like, are you? And then Dakota was like, I don't know. And he goes, okay, well, let's go to sleep.
I think it's time for bed.
But then like Jaden has a moment, or not Jaden, Dakota has a moment where he like takes off. He actually goes and he's like really mean to Liam, and Liam punches him in the
we
face.
should have cut what we should have. We skipped over a part.
We skipped over
so
the blowjob.
When they go, Dakota goes to Liam's house because they're doing this French project, which I think, because they don't really specify, they have to cook a French dish together or something.
I don't know.
So they're setting up. They're going to record a video of them making a French dish, and Liam's like, because Liam is best friends with Skylar, who is Dakota's girlfriend, and he's like, does Skylar know? And he's like, I know what? You know. Does Skylar know? Wink, wink,
wink.
And he's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he leans in and kisses him. And they don't specifically say, does Skylar know you're into dudes? But he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, dude, just let it happen, bro. Tucking the hair behind his ears. Come on, dude. And then he blows him. And then it is implied, because you don't see it, but it's implied that they hook up and they have sex. So now Dakota is completely confused because he's like, I really like that. Whatever we did there, I dig that. I don't like what Skylar does to me, but I like what he did to me.
Yeah, and he couldn't channel that, you know?
No.
Couldn't channel what Skylar's trying to do to like.
So fast forward after he has the incident with Jaden, he goes to Liam's house, and then they go for a drive, and he's like, I don't know what's going on with what we did. And he's like, what did we do? And he's like, and he's being very kind of dodgy about it. And then he leans over and kisses Liam, and Liam's like, dude, whatever you're going through, he goes, because there's a scene earlier where one of the jocks call him a faggot. And he's like, you know what? You didn't say anything about it. You didn't defend me. You didn't even say, hey, you shouldn't say that word. He goes, and you're sitting here struggling with who you are. And he goes, well, I got a lot to lose. He goes, yeah, we all got a lot to lose.
Yeah.
It's not all about you.
Well, and
so
it reminds me of my trainer one time saying to me, "You're not special. Everybody likes ice cream. You're not. Everyone who is gay, who hasn't come out, is afraid to come out because they all have something to lose, and they're afraid of losing everything. Just because you are on a football team doesn't mean that what you're going to lose." So anyway, he was like, "He's
yours
kind of
isn't any. You're not any better than me."
And then when he's like, "You're being rude," and then he kisses him, which
so he leans in and kisses him.
Liam punched him.
Yes.
Liam said, "Fuck."
Can I just say, there are 3 instances in this movie where Dakota gets punched in the face, and I was like, this movie takes place over a couple of days. If you've gotten punched 3 times in the face within a couple of days, there's something up.
I mean,
there's
where
something
are
you're
his
doing
parents?
wrong, right?
Wait, I mean, as
I have been in New York 1 month and 3 days. I haven't been punched in the face once. He got punched 3 times in a few days.
Well, you're not doing something right. You
That's
know what?
true.
You should have stood in line for an hour and a half. Maybe you would have gotten punched.
I probably would have got punched in the face.
So it's yeah, so it's ridiculous. And then this is the kind of the cool part, because after he gets punched in the face, he goes back home, crawls back into bed, and it's the same night that he
that happened
Jaden's
with Jaden. Yeah.
junk, and so Jaden's like, he's like, hey, like, don't let's not tell anybody about that. What happened here, and he was like, oh, he's like, well, are we cool? And he was like, yeah, you're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
So it was like I don't care that you're gay. It's all good,
Yeah.
So that was kind of a cool moment.
Yeah. So next day he gets up. Dakota's got a big black eye from where Liam punched him, so he skips school. And we have this kind of little montage where he's kind of fucked things up with Liam. He's made things awkward with Jaden. He's made things weird with Skylar. And they're all kind of saying he's not in school, and they're all kind of concerned about with what's going on. So he does this thing earlier in the film. Jaden sees him. He likes to go and lay out on the football field with his little earbuds in. So Skylar approaches him, and she's like, hey, you weren't in class, and then sees his black eye. And she's like, oh my God, what happened to you? And he's like, oh, busted capillaries or whatever. I guess just a weird thing that happened. So they're talking on the bench, and he basically comes out to her and says, listen, I'm not straight, and I'm dealing with that. And I wish that it basically explains his upbringing with his dad forcing all of his football dreams on him. And he's like, I've always strived, because that's the way I was raised, to be the best at everything I do. And I wanted to be the best boyfriend I could be for you, and I just couldn't, because I'm not straight. And it kills me that I couldn't be that for you.
Yeah, and it was kind of actually cool, because he was like,
it's a very endearing moment.
I tried really hard, and basically it's saying like, it's not you, it's me, but it really is that he's just not.
But this is the one time that it's actually true. It is him. It's not you.
And it was just really kind of cool, and her reaction was awesome, because she was just kind of like, okay, well, she's like, I just want I'll be okay. So you be you, and that's okay.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, she said, I don't worry. I will be okay. So just be who you are, or figure out who you are. So he goes to the big game that night. And him and Jaden, they touch helmets to kind of like say, hey, we're bros. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And then he's going out to the field, and he sees Skylar in the stands, and they share a smile. And then he sees Liam in the stands, and they share kind of a look of kind of like, you punched me in the eye, but I guess I deserved it.
And I'm going to suck that D later.
Hey, let me go win this game, and then you and I are going to fuck. Then he gets a little huddle.
It's a movie for the whole family.
I know, right? I'm like, how is this going to end? Where is this going to go? And he gets in the huddle, and he's basically telling his team, you know what? Whatever we do, wherever we go, we're going to be great. And then roll credits. And I'm like, what?
Did they win the game?
There's no closure. What happened?
It's like Anora. It just ends.
Yeah, it just ends.
But at least this ended on a
Independent
happier
films are that
note.
way. They like to just end on a woo, what's going to happen? We don't know. It's just a snippet of life. And then so that's it.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
I just want to point out one thing that
yeah.
I didn't say before when we were talking about, the embarrassing stories. This is the line that cracked me up. So Jaden was just kind of funny and silly the whole time. When he was showing, he cut down there and he's like, "Oh, you should. Have you never done that?" And Dakota's like, "No, I haven't." And Jaden says, "A tree looks bigger in the desert than it does in a forest." That was the justification for it.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, it does.
Jaden, Colin McCalla was his name.
Yes. He's the one that was in, what did I say he was in?
Oh my God.
He's in the film version of The Prom.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out how old he is because I don't want to say this.
Oh, I always looked him up.
How old is he?
The one guy's 23.
Jaden is?
Yeah, no, the other guy.
Oh.
So I assume he's like, 25 or something.
Jaden was my favorite character. That motherfucker is hot. And I hope you're of age. He's super cute. His whole personality in this, I just liked kind of his goofy, stupid, and didn't care about I cared, but he didn't care about people's hangups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't care that Dakota might have been gay, and he didn't care that
So what did you think?
Punched all over the place.
What do you think Rotten Tomatoes was for it?
I feel like critics love independent shit like this, so I'm gonna say 88 from critics. Is there an audience score?
It's a trick question. There's not even a critic score.
Oh, really?
It wasn't cool enough to get a Rotten Tomatoes rating.
I do know because when I was looking
weird,
it up,
it's on Rotten Tomatoes, but it doesn't have a
just
score.
No score.
There are 4 reviews.
Are they positive?
Well, they have tomatoes, right? If it's a green
well, then
splat,
it's
I
a
mean,
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a green splat, they hated it. If it's a tomato, they liked it.
I feel like it was the director and his 3 best friends. I was going to say his mom, but in the movie, I don't think his mom would have liked this movie.
No. His mom is a negative. In fact, he took his mom's review off the website.
She would have watched this movie, and as soon as it was over, she would have looked at him and said, "Let's pray." In fact, half of the lines that she had in this movie were, "Let's pray."
The entire character of the mom is she's a religious person who makes them pray at meals.
Yes.
I will, because I do know that this movie was made in 2023 and it made the kind of the festival circuit. And then it went straight video on demand at the beginning of this year. And then was picked up by Here TV.
Hey, to the people that, that went straight to streaming, at least you got into the festivals, buddies.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I liked this movie. I thought it was a really good story. It was I think it handled it with sensitivity and care. I really dug it.
It was, I was invested, and that's a good sign, right? Like, there are sometimes we watch it and I'm like, I don't care what happens to these people. But I was interested to know. I mean, it's sort of formulaic in like a lot of these movies where like, it's a guy who plays sports, and so he's gonna fall in love with his best friend, and his parents are gonna be super religious and not accept him. But it didn't get to that point because it never came
I
out
hate
to
to
them,
say it like this because I hate when people describe Brokeback Mountain as the gay cowboy movie. But this is gay Varsity Blues. Is what it is. But in a good way.
Yeah. He seemed to stand his ground. Like he was like, I mean, if it's semi-autobiographical from the guy who put it together, of course he's gonna be put together, and and his parents are gonna be the
of course he's the hero
versions of his memories. So, but all in all, I agree with you. I thought it was good. I mean, I would give it a solid 3 stars. As far as 3 grapes, that's what I meant.
I do 3.5. Okay. Maybe even 4, closer to 4.
New York has made you so generous, Jeremy.
I know.
You cry. You give things a half point more than me.
I love dogs. I cry. I love sentimental
I don't even
movies.
know who you are anymore.
Apparently, when old ladies shake their vaginas at me, it just brings something out.
it was your Scrooged moment.
Yeah.
It's like that was
Oh,
her. She
what-
showed you her Jacob Marley, and all of a sudden you're throwing out money and turkey to poor kids.
My friend Melissa, who lives there in Orlando, she listened to the podcast and she texted me yesterday. And she's like, just listen to the podcast. Was cracking up about the lady who shook her vagina at you because she used to live in New York. And she goes, I had a similar story. I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this story. But back then in the 90s, she went to a wedding. And across the street from the wedding, there was an old lady in a long dress, and she pulled up her dress as the people were gathered outside of the church and shit on the sidewalk. And then she says she dropped her dress, and then they all went in for the wedding, and then they saw she came into the church and sat in the back of the wedding. She just sat and watched the wedding in the back of the church after shitting in the street.
Just smelling
And I-
like after shit.
I don't
and
think she
everything.
wiped. I don't think she cleaned herself up.
I didn't hear that part of the story where she did. So
Yep,
I'm
neither did
just
I.
basting in her after shit.
So she's like, I remember that in New York. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound like
I
a
don't
story I'd
know.
forget.
I don't know if this can possibly be true, but when I tell the story, this will be the facts. It is the same woman. The woman
Oh my
shit on the street is the same woman that showed you her vagina. No one
I'm
can
not even
convince
kidding.
me otherwise.
I text her. I said, do you think it was the same woman? And she goes, no, she must have been in her like 50s or 60s back in the 90s. So she would have to be in her 90s. And I was like, hey, it was an older woman. Maybe she just ages really well. But I was like, what if it is the same woman?
Next
What if it is?
week, when we talk about the number 131, I'm going to say it's the age of that old lady who keeps shitting and vaginaing everybody.
You know what? I'm going to go find her. I'm going to go find her and say, ma'am, put your dress down. I need to ask you a question.
That's the way it goes. I'm going to tell you a story. Again, I used to drink a lot, okay? So don't get
Yeah.
mad at me for this story. But also, I would drink a lot, and I get mad at anybody when they would say I was lying. Because I was like, I don't lie. And then I would get mad. So funny thing is I used to lie all the time. So,
I was going to say, you know who gets mad? Liars.
liars. People get called out on their shit. So we were,
How
I was
dare
in
you?
New York, and I was outside smoking a cigarette because I used to do that too. And it was
Yeah.
cold and blah 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 blah. And so this unhoused person walks up to me. I mean, back then we called them homeless, right? But he walks up to me and he
Right.
was like, "Hey, do you have any money?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "My friends don't let me carry cash because, and this is true, I would give money away to anybody who asked for it, right?" So I was like, "I can't give you any money because I don't have anything. My friends don't let me carry." And he was like, "Come on, man, I just need $7 to get into the shelter." And I was like, and then I like a light switch. You think I'm lying? You calling me a liar? I was like, and then I was getting mad at this guy, right? So then I go upstairs and we close out our tab and we're going to get in a cab, and that guy is still out there and he's still harassing me for money on my way to cab. And I start yelling because I'm just like drunk and stupid. And I'm like, and as I get into the cab, I yelled something to the effect of, "I hope you freeze to death tonight, you panhandling piece of shit." And then I get into the cab. And then the next day, I was talking to Jen about it, and I was like, that was really not cool. That was not a nice thing
Yeah.
to say. Like, this guy's trying.
That was
I mean,
sad.
so I went looking for him the next day, and I couldn't find him. And a couple of days go by, and I go, and then all of a sudden, I go, because I go to the same bar all the time. And
Oh, no.
so then I see him, and I
Ugh.
yell, and I was like, "Hey!" And I run across the street, and I hug him, and I was like, "I'm so glad you're okay. Like, here's $7. Whatever you need, come find me. Like, you were friends now. It's all cool. Didn't mean to yell." And so I would go to that bar with $7 in my pocket so that if I ever ran into him, I could say, "Here's your money for your shelter tonight."
Oh. You know, he didn't go to the shelter.
I know!
The cheapest
know
bottle
what
of
he did
vodka
with
is
it.
$7.
Look, I know what he did with it. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know.
Wait a minute.
Anyway.
Was it or was it?
Ah!
$7? I guess you get a hit for $7.
Well, I'm going to
Back in
imagine
those
I'm not
days.
the only sucker he had in his life. and that he probably got enough for a dime bag. Anyway,
Nice.
True
Hey,
story. True
You
story
gotta
about
work
life
it.
in New
Work
York.
it how you
Good
gotta
times.
work it. Good.
So we don't know what
times.
we're going to cover next time. We'll talk
But
about
we will
it.
cover something.
Well, I'll tell you what our friend has suggested. He
Okay.
did say, I did read this part. I didn't see what he had suggested, but I did see that underneath it, it said it's an indie film, but it's better than Tangerine.
Oh, thank God.
So we'll
You want to
check
hear
that
what
out.
sucks? Is I had to, because my brother canceled his Hulu, so I had to re-sign up for Hulu to watch Tangerine. And then I ordered Riley on Fandango. And after I got done watching, I was like, I have time to watch another movie. So I was flipping through the free movies that Fandango offers. Tangerine's on the list.
Oh.
I was so mad. So I'm going to check Fandango before I sign up for any services.
Yeah, I watched it for free on Hulu, so we should probably like coordinate that. Like, how are
Cool.
you watching it?
Nice.
I'm watching it with popcorn.
I don't have Hulu, but because I have Verizon internet for the house now, I got an email that has offers, and I can get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for $8.88 a month, and I can also get HBO Max and Cinemax together. HBO Max and Netflix together for $8.88 a month. So I'm going to sign up for all
Math is
those
hard.
because right now I'm paying $20 alone for just HBO Max. So if I sign up through Verizon, I get all these services for less than $20. If you're listening, Verizon, sponsor this podcast because I just gave you a shout out.
Yeah, right? Look,
I
we're
know,
talking
right?
about these shows on there. We like most of them.
You don't even have to pay us. Give me
us
free
the
internet.
login. Just give me the login.
Yeah, give me free shit. Anyway, we'll
Do you
be
know
back
how
to,
many people
to
listen to
Panhandle
us?
for more free shit tomorrow or next week. But until then, the cork is back in the bottle.